Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Escondido, California, where it has been a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. We actually got up to 80 degrees inside the RV this morning, which surprised the heck out of me, considering the fact it was 70-something outside and we didn't have the heat on. If you hear weird noises, my dog is entertaining herself with her toy. I swear she's a cat. She's tossing it up in the air and pouncing on it. Now she's got it hidden under the kitchen floor rug. Crazy dog, I tell you. But today's been an awesome day. I got up early. Well, when I woke up, I did my normal thing. I came out here. I put the heat on because it was like 49, 50 degrees in the RV. So I put the little portable heater on that we have in here and let Zeffie out of her crate and then went back to bed. And we usually go back to bed, snuggle for a little bit, and then get up. Well, she comes bounding in, bounces up on the bed, spins around, and takes off back out again, and then does it several times. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with my dog? And then she'd disappear for a while, and so I'd call her, and she'll come flying back in and land on the bed. I probably have some bruises on my legs from her landings, but that's okay. And she's just acting really weird, and I thought, oh, what's going on? So the next time she went out and didn't come back, I got out of bed, and she's sitting at the top of the stairs by the door, just looking at it. And I'm like, do you want to go out? And she just looks at me and looks back at the door again. And I said, well, ring your bells. Yeah, we're not having any of this bell ringing thing. She's just like, yeah, no, that's not for me. So so I quickly threw some clothes on. We went out. We had our walk and had a good walk this morning. And I wasn't going over the park. It was 6:30 in the morning. And so self-preservation, not going into the park. Because at that hour of the morning, there's nobody else around, and there seems to be a few cars that spend the night there, so I'm not sure if it's people staying overnight or what it is, but yeah, we weren't going over there. So we quite happily walked around, went to the dog walk area, and then came back here, and had my first presentation this morning, which went really good. Got some great, some good feedback on that. Oh no, she's just dropped her toy down the stairs. Can she reach it? She got it, yes. Normally she sits there and whines. So the presentation went really, really well. Got some work. Then I was working on some group stuff and was logging on to Princess and realized they had their refresher classes up. A lot of the cruise lines have different like online training that we can go and do for free training and all that sort of stuff. And Princess has this really, really tough one. It's got all of these courses you have to do. Then you have to do this major test at the end of it. You've got to do tests at the end of each module, then do a major test at the end of it, and then you have to sell X number of cabins per year in order to maintain your status, in order just to get to the different levels. And they have different levels that you go through, and the highest one's Commodore. And you have to maintain Commodore every year by selling a certain number of cabins, and I think it's like 3, so it's not a great deal. That gets done like first of the year. And then you've got to do these refresher courses. Well, they've already released the refresher courses for next year, so I've been plowing my way through those today, and I've only got 2 left. I have to do the Caribbean and Panama Canal for 2020, and the other one was Alaska for 2020. So it's just letting you know what ships are going to be in the areas, what if they've got any changes, what new stuff they're doing on the itineraries. They're talking about the new the medallion that they've been phasing in over the last couple of years, which is a disc about the size of a quarter that you can use to open up your room doors, whatnot. You do it for, it basically replaces your room key. So was doing that in between, having conversations, doing other business stuff, calling cruise lines for clients and all that sort of thing. And had a couple of great conversations today. I met with Barb, who is in Polka Dots, and it was amazing how much stuff we had in common. And we just had so much fun. We actually ended up talking longer than we should have, but that's okay. Yeah, sometimes time just escapes on us. I keep forgetting to set the timer when I get onto these calls. But I had a great conversation with her, learned a lot about what she does as her business, and she basically teaches kids about finances that they don't teach you in school, which is really awesome. And so she's got a great program, and her 5-year plan is like, whoo, it's going to be awesome. So got that conversation done, then did some more training, did some more calling the cruise lines, did some more work, went back onto another conversation with a friend of mine, Anita, and we had a great conversation about a project. Excuse me. I have no idea what she's barking. She's probably dropped a toy over the edge of the bed and it's down in the area that she can't get. And so while I'm on the conversation with Anita and we're talking about a project that I'm going to be working on next year that she could be able to help me with and do a collaboration with her. And I'm sitting here and there's this noise and I turn around and Zeffy is backing out of the bedroom over here, dragging my laundry bag. Not the dirty laundry from out of it, dragging the entire bag out. And then she lays down with it and it's got a rope that cinches, so you pull the rope and then slide the thing along, and there's a big knot on the end of the rope. So she sits down, so she lays down here with this laundry bag and starts proceeding to chew on the knot. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not having that. And I put it under the table, and she's trying to get under the table to get to this thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this dog? So yeah, we got her amused in other ways, and she's got so much energy right now, it's unbelievable. But and so then she just starts running backwards and forwards and doing all this whining stuff, and then going in. Oh, because then we were watching at one point when I was talking with Barb, there was a fifth wheel coming in 2 spaces over. They're always entertaining to watch. I feel sorry for the frustration the drivers have to go through when it takes them so long, but this one was on site, parked with the truck, unhooking the truck from their fifth wheeler in 20 minutes, which is the fastest I have ever seen anybody back a fifth wheel into a space in this campground. Usually it has been, now she's ringing her bells with her toy. Back and go as quick as she can, because she knows that if she rings those bells, it means we're going outside. I tell you, she's just crazy. She's just a crazy day. But she's up at the window and she's whining the entire time because she wants these people to turn around and say hello to her. And but, you know, 20 minutes from when they started backing this RV, the fifth wheel, into when they had it parked, the quickest I'd been up until then was an hour. I kid you not. It takes, for some reason, backing fifth wheels into parking space in this place is a chore to be done. And I am so thankful that I have one vehicle and I don't have to worry about, you know, you got to turn this way to go that way and all of that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, it's been a crazy day. And then we just came back from our walk, and we're a little late back for the live tonight because we went out for our walk. And then Miss Zeffy, who normally when we go into the dog walk area, within less than 2 minutes, she's done with the area so we can pack up and go out. Tonight, she decided that she was going to sniff every square inch of that dog walk area, which goes across the back of 6 sites. And the number of times we walk up and down it in the 20 to 30 minutes we were there, we walked over a mile. And she was just sniffing, and I'm just walking backwards and forwards with her, making sure she doesn't pick up anything. And then we're in there, and she sort of like pops her head up and sort of like, and I'm like, what the heck? And I turn, and there's these people walking up this empty site to walk through the garden rather than coming along the path. And all you can see is this outline of this guy and this big, dark-looking dog. And it was probably kind of looked like German Shepherd size. And so they come into the park, and so I take Zeffy down the far end of the park, of the walk area, and they keep following me down, and I'm like, what the heck? And they stop halfway under a lamp and just stand there. The dog doesn't do anything. Zeffy's flipping out. So she's just like spooked like nobody's business. Her hair, hairs on the back of her neck are all standing up and everything else. So I thought, okay, we're out of here. So I walk over to the far side of the park, walk along the edge to go out the path there. I say hello to the guy, nothing. He just stands there watching us with his dog, who's standing there watching us as well. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit because you couldn't see his face because with the light behind him, him and his dog were all in shade. And he definitely had a big black dog because you couldn't see any coloring on this dog. You could just see the outline. And I had my little headlamp on, and that wasn't even picking up any color. But as we're walking back towards the RV, Zeffy is like flipping out. She's like, starts sniffing, and then she'll suddenly, something will spook her, and she just jumps and leaps, and of course gets pulled back with the length of the leash. And she was just flipping out. So brought her back inside and figured, let her settle down for a little bit. We might have to go for another walk tonight. But since we've been in, she's been running up and down, playing with her toy, and going nuts. So hopefully she'll settle down a little bit. But yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good fun day with her for entertainment and to take us off things. And oh, we've got comments. Kia ora, Miss Kathy. Zeffy and you take cute selfies. Well, thank you. You don't know how difficult it was to get that selfie. Every time I pull the camera and I go like this with the, well, I'm trying to get in the picture. If I go like this to take the picture, she's off. She's like moving around, trying to get to my hand. there's been some weird selfies come out of that. And so that one I was finding things. Presentation was for a group of leaders within Diamond that I was doing. We're setting up, it was for small group masterminds. So in the dots, in the Diamonds, and I am the coordinator for the small group masterminds. And so we were doing an introduction to the leaders about how the masterminds are to be, basically what the small group masterminds are, and how to run the mastermind meetings, basically. So it's kind of like a training session for that. So it was kind of good. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And then tried to slow myself down because I tend to talk too fast and nobody would understand me. But they said they all could, and it was good, so we're all right. Kathy, you get a free cruise at the end. You know, I actually qualified for Commodore back in 2008, and I have never taken my graduation course with Princess. My graduation cruise with Princess. I don't know if I can actually still do it now, because I think you have to take it within, because after a few years later, they then turn around and said it's got to be taken within, I think, like 12 months or something. So I've never taken my graduation course. So I didn't get my free cruise with them, but that's okay. Love polka dots. Yes, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying getting to know the people. Karen, it's kind of like, it's like having a kid again. Yes, definitely. This one is out of control. I mean, tonight when we got back, she was just out of control. She was jumping at her own shadows. She was jumping at dark spaces. She was just literally freaking out. So I had to bring her back inside to calm her down some. And now she's laying on the floor with her round toy, trying to get to the squeaker, and she hasn't been able to do it yet. So this is a really tough chew toy for her, which is awesome. I love these ones because they last longer. But didn't watch any movie. I was going to watch a movie last night. Didn't watch any. What did I do? Ended up just sitting and reading. That was all. Just sat and read. And tonight I have queued up It's a Wonderful Life, but I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to watch it. I don't know. Might just go sit and read again. I don't know. It's been a long day. The brain kind of needs some downtime. So maybe I'll just go sit and read. I don't know. Go play with the dog. I'm teaching her to box. She's getting better at boxing too. Been teaching her the last 3 days to box because she likes to sit there and put her paws up and start going like this. So when I get her to sit, I'll sit down on the floor in front of her and put my hands up like this and go box. And she ends up putting both paws on one hand, and then goes after the other hand, and then goes back to the other one. So we're kind of teaching her to put one paw on each hand so we can do like a boxing thing. But it's going well. And we have, tomorrow is week 2 of our 6-week training class for beginners instruction with her. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes and see the progress of her classmates and see how they've been doing this week. Because we've got a boxer in there, there's a Labradoodle and a Shepherd Husky mix. And Zeffy is the second oldest, because I believe the Shepherd Husky mix is older than her. But the other 2 dogs are around 6 months. And so yes, but I believe the Shepherd Husky mix is older than her, I think. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, it's been a fun day. It's been educational, learning lots about the new itineraries coming out in 2020 and 2021 for Princess, where they're going to be deploying their ships, and what the itineraries are going to be, new ports that they're going to be calling into, and what classic itineraries they're bringing back because they're so popular, and then what ones they're using to replace ones that they are no longer doing. So it's been interesting learning that. And like I said, I've only got the Caribbean and Panama Canal to do, and Alaska. So get those 2 done, and that's my certification recertified, and for another year. And which reminds me, I've got to go check on my New Zealand status too, because I always like to make sure I stay up to date with my Tourism New Zealand certification, where I'm a 100% pure certified gold New Zealand specialist, and gold is their highest level. So I've got to that level, and it's like every 2 years you got to do all this training and stuff to renew it. But I go in on a regular basis and do see if they've got any new training classes and go in and do them, so that I'm always up to date. And whenever they're doing any presentations or anything that count towards your qualifications and stuff, I always submit or take note of them so that I've got them to submit when I need to. So I need to go check on that, see how that's going. Always learn new stuff. Always training. It's great. And so yeah, so that's it from me for today. I am out of here. I am going to go do something, play with the pup for a little bit. And I just realized I haven't had dinner, so I'm going to go make a shake, play with the pup, and then figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. It may just be read, maybe doing some puzzles. haven't done puzzles for a while. Haven't done any. Might do some writing as well. Oh yeah, I got my new toy today too. I almost got my new toy. So this is one of these little selfie light thingies that you can, turn on, and it has different brightnesses and stuff, and you charge it with USB, but it's designed to go on your phone. But you can also do it on your laptop camera as well. And so I was playing with it earlier today, and it made my face look a little funny. So I got that today, so I was kind of excited to get that. And what else was there? There's something else. And the Christmas presents arrived. So it's kind of excited. And I've got one more package coming, 1 or 2 packages coming tomorrow. And then I'm done on Christmas shopping. So it's good. Alaska, yes, I love Alaska. I've been there twice, done 2 cruises to Alaska so far. One I did a round trip out of Seattle, and we had a stop in Prince Rupert. The next one I did left Vancouver, did the Inside Passage and ended in Seattle, and we stopped at Victoria on the way. But I love Alaska. It inspired a whole other book series, which is the only problem. When I was walking along Creek Street, learning the history of Creek Street and Ketchikan and stuff. So next time I plan on, like, maybe I'll fly up to Ketchikan for a week and just spend the time exploring the entire town and everything else for my story that's going to take place there that I'm working on. Yeah, love Alaska. And you just look out the window and you see all these bald eagles. It's just, it's a magical, magical place. The only problem I have with Alaska is I get homesick for New Zealand. That's the only issue I have with Alaska, because all the places I've been to in Alaska remind me of places back home in New Zealand. So that's my only issue with Alaska. Otherwise, I love the place. But anyway, I'm out of here. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We will catch you tomorrow and let you know how Zeffie did on week 2 of her puppy class. And until then, make it super fantastic and sparkling. Hekonera. What you doing, pup?